All right, hi guys. I hope all of you are doing well. This is your Nifty Guy. Welcome to today's episode of Decoding Nifty with me. This is the series where we analyze and decode Nifty on multiple time frames and create a trading plan for the next day so that we are well prepared to handle the trades the next day with much more confidence and clarity. If you like the way I put out the daily Nifty trade plans along with the exact price action setups and the levels that I draw on my charts, please do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your trading friends and communities, as well as put down anything that you might have to say in the comments box. Right. On that note, we'll start with today's analysis. First, we'll start with what we had planned yesterday versus what happened in the markets, and then we'll plan the trade for tomorrow. Right. So yesterday, what we had planned is that we're looking for a long entry above this particular high, short entry below this, and this entire zone was a no trading zone for us. And Nifty opened with a minor gap down, came around here near our zone of going long, gave us a pullback, and I was expecting that it would be breaking out soon. And after a pullback, I was ready to go for a long entry. But seldom does Nifty comply with what do we want it to do. It has its own brain and way of functioning, and that is the reason we did not get any long entry around here. And then, as you can see, there was a lot of volatility in this particular zone, which was the no trading zone for us. And you can exactly see the markets falling with a big red candle and then immediately reversing back in the same candle. The same thing happening again and again and again. And ultimately, eventually, the markets did give us a breakout. But again, unfortunately, today again was a no trading day for me. Now, unfortunately, you never know. Obviously, I do feel bad for missing out on a move like this on the charts, but that is perfectly okay because I am someone who would stick to my plan. And if nothing is happening as per my plan, I'm okay with losing out on some trades. But the main focus that I have is preserving the capital by not taking unnecessary trades, which I believe you would have saved a plenty if you would not have traded in this particular zone. Say, for example, you would have traded this bottom base formation and the breakout. It even gave a good retest after this breakout, but immediately after the breakout, the second candle, it gave a good fall. So anybody who would have gone long around here, they would have to take a stop loss around here. Anybody who would have shorted seeing such a big candle would have immediately, the prices would have immediately reversed. Similarly, again, after being in a sideways range, prices did again give a big falling red candle and then immediately reversed to midway in the same 5 minutes candle, then again reversed up, again doing the same circus again and again. So that I believe taking a trade, what is more important than taking a trade is actually saving your capital by not trading randomly, but only trading according to the plan. And that is the reason why I have started this channel where we will plan the trades. And once the plan unfolds as per our vision or as per what we have planned, so we discuss multiple scenarios about related to around each of the uh, different openings that can be expected, and then we even have our levels marked on the chart. And if the market goes ahead with our plans, we will definitely taking a trade and we'll be in profit, right? And in case if something is happening which is not as per our plan, we will not be taking any random trades. We will be sitting out. We will be observing the price action. In case if we find something suitable as per our setup, we will be taking a trade, or else it will be a no trading day for me. Now, having a series of 2 to 3 no trading days for me is something which I see as a positive sign because that this has been my observation or my personal experience in the market. Whenever there is a series of 2 to 3 days wherein I do not get a good trading opportunity as per my setup, the following days are uh, there which has given me some of the best or biggest profits of my trading career. And that is something which I believe in. You should have the discipline to wait for your particular setups to be forming on the chart. And right now, there is something on the charts which I am very excited to share for tomorrow. So please stay with me till the very end of this video. So I hope I have been able to explain the importance of a no trading zone as well as the importance of taking trades at the right zone. So I had also observed this particular trend line which was there in the market, right? It was around here plus another trend line around here. Now the breakout of this it came in very late. It came in around the 2:55 to 3 p.m. candle is what this breakout came in, right? And I have a personal rule of not taking any fresh entries after 2:45, right? Up until 2:30 to 2:20, 2:15 to 2:30, 2:35 is still okay, but 2:30, 2:45, I refrain from taking any fresh entries into the market. The reason being, I am an intraday player, and in case if there is not a significant move, or maybe I'll need to cut my uh, trade prematurely. By prematurely, I mean whenever I take a trade, right, before I enter a trade, I have a very clear logic that this is the place where I'll be entering the trade. This will be my stop loss, and what is the minimum target that I'm expecting. So if we are entering late or later on in the day when the markets are about to close, it might be that uh, the trade that we take would not hit your stop loss, would not even hit your target. It is somewhere in between, and that is what I call as a prematurely exiting your trade. And that is something which I does not sit well with me. So that is the reason I do not trade after 2:45. But again, even if this would a breakout like this would have come in earlier in the day, this would not have been tradable as per my setup, at least on a 5 minutes time frame. Let us see on a 1 minute time frame. Also, the pullbacks came in quite a bit after the momentum, and even and after the pullback there was not much of a steam or momentum left in the market, right? So that was the reason. Again, this was although a very good momentum based momentum move that came in the market, it was not tradable as per my personal setups that I use. So that was the reason why I did not participate in this particular trade, and it was a no trading day for me. For the entire day, the market was in the no trading zone as per our initial trade plan, and at the very end, it gave us a move on the upside. Now, we will not be needing this zone because we have created a new high. We'll be deleting this as well for tomorrow. Right. I do not know how many of you have seen my earlier video wherein I had explained about a probable trade setup being forming on the charts. This was the pole. This is the flag in which the market was consolidating, and today we have finally gotten a breakout around here. Now, my biasness towards the long side is very, very high, right? I wanted to take some BT. It was very lucrative enough to take some BTST positions. But then again, I have stopped taking those particular type of trades long back, and I decided not to go ahead by breaking my system and to control the urge of not taking a BTST. And we'll be planning a trade for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, the one simple plan will be a trade above this, right? Again, with a pullback. Say, for example, we open flat, we break out, go up, very good trade. Now, there is one trade setup that I discuss a lot of times, but the trade setup which is there, that will happen a very low number of times. But whenever it happens, it will give you a very good risk to reward trade. And by that trade, again, what we need is a good, strong, bullish candle which closes above this particular day's high. And then once we move below the low of this candle, we can expect a trade on the short side, right? So this is only at the start of the day. If you get this particular trade setup at the start of the day, because this trade has a logic which I'll be explaining very shortly. Market has closed near the day high. This move came in near the end of the trading day. There will be many traders just like me who would have missed out on this particular move because this move came out of the blue. Nobody could have actually expected it or planned for this move. And that was the reason wherein people will have a major FOMO. Like I said, I have a lot of control over my emotions and my discipline in trading. But still, even I felt, yeah, this is a move which, if capitalized, could have given us very good returns. But again, there was no particular way in which you could have planned, at least for me, in the way I look at markets. So I will be having a major FOMO about missing this particular move. There will be a lot of people who would again be having some FOMO about missing this move. So in that particular case, when there are fresh people who are entering the trade around this particular day opening, these are the people who would be going long around here when the market is crossing the day's high. And in case if market again goes back below the low of that particular candle, this can be on a 5 minutes, on a 15 minutes, depending on how the market is there. And in case if it does, we can get a trade on the downside. Now, this trade will has to be with lower quantities because our main uh, bias is towards bullish trades, and this is something that we need to be careful about. In lower quantities, tight stop loss, and very tight trailing is what is needed for this particular trade. So in case if someone who is not too experienced in the markets, I will advise to just look at this particular setup if it's happening. Observe it for a couple of times. This will happen only on days which are good bullish, extreme bullish, or uh, again extreme bearish, depending on which side of the market day or which spectrum of the day near which the market has closed, and depending on the sentiment. So this will be a sentiment based trading. So again, this I have just drawn a fib level around these, and will mark the 0.5 to 0.618 zone because this will be a very key importance to us. We'll quickly look at the market on a daily time frame. I'll be removing all drawings. So yeah, the doji that we had formed, we have given a good closing above it. As we can see, we're already broken out of the range. Now, on a higher time frame, this was the 0.5 to 0.618 zone which we had drawn, and market has taken supports exactly from here. So if we are to continue this journey upwards, we need to plan accordingly. And one particular trade setup is around here. The second is if we open with a gap down or if we come around these levels. Now, this is a level where I will look for some buying opportunity again. Now, this is a very good trade which can form because our biasness is on the long side. If we get a trade around these levels, it will be a good trade wherein we'll get good discounted entry prices. We'll be just be extending this line as well. And in case if we again come down back below this, which I will say again, I'll just have a one particular short trade setup for tomorrow, which is this. Otherwise, my biasness is on the long side. And in case if market decides to go south, I will not be participating too much into it apart from this particular setup. And because we can create a short entry around the low of this, but then again, this might just be a retest of this particular trend line, which we have just broken out of. And that is the reason I will not be, and this is too close. And that is the reason I'll not be too keen on taking any further short trades. So this will, and even if I'm taking this particular short trade and we get a good momentum around these levels, I will be looking at booking my profits and taking an exit from that particular trade. So I hope the trade setup and trade plan and trade biasness for tomorrow is very, very clear. Now, I have a request for Nifty to please be a bit cooperative so that we can get a good trade, which we have been waiting for since a very long time. We have been lucky to not getting trapped in such sideways market only thanks to our planning. So yeah, that is something that we'll keep on doing. I hope you guys have a good trading day tomorrow. Once again, word of caution, tomorrow is Wednesday. It's just one day prior to the expiry -1. I will be trading in the next week options. I will not be trading in the current week's weekly expiry options, but I'll be shifting my trading to the next week's options. I might be paying a little higher in the premiums, but I will be doing whatever it takes to protect my capital. And it is a sincere request from my end to everybody not to just simply gamble here by getting the ability to buy cheap options, but the focus should be to preserve your capital. And one way which you can do is by shifting to the next week's expiry options on expiry as well as expiry -1 day. So yeah, I hope you will pay heed to it, and this one simple tip or hack can actually help you save a lot of your capital. So, yeah, that's it from my side for today. I will see you guys again tomorrow, post the market. This is your Nifty Guy signing off for today. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Have a good day ahead. Thank you.